Here's a knocking indeed. If a man will pour up Hellgate, he should have old turning the key. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there in the name of Beelzebub? Here's a farmer that hanged himself on the expectation of plenty. Come in time. Have napkins enow. About you, you'll sweat for it. Knock, knock. Who's there in the other devil's name? Faith, here's an equivocator that should swear in both the scales against either scale. Who committed treason enough for God's sake, yet could not equivocate to heaven. Oh, come in, equivocator. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? Faith, here's an English tailor come hither, for stealing out of a French hose. You come in, tailor, here you may roast your goose. Knock, knock, never at quiet, what are you? But this place is too cold for hell. I'll devil porter it no further. I had thought to have let in some of all professions that go to the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire. Anon, anon, I pray you, remember the porter.
Was it too late, friend? Or you went to bed that you do lie so late?
Faith, sir, we were carousing till the second cock, and drink, sir, is a great provoker of three things.
What three things does drink especially provoke?
Marry, sir, nose painting, sleep, and urine. Lechery, sir, it provokes and unprovokes. It provokes desire, but it takes away the performance. Therefore, much drink may be said to be an equivocator with lechery. It makes him, and it mars him. It sets him on, and it takes him off. It persuades him, and disheartens him, makes him stand to, and not stand to. In conclusion, equivocates him in a sleep, and gives him the lie, leaves him.
I believe drink gave thee the lie last night.
That it did, sir, the very throat on me. But I requited him a lie, and I think, being too strong for him, though he took up my legs sometime, yet I make a shift to cast him.
Is thy master stirring? Our knocking has awaked him. Here he comes now.
Good morrow, noble sir.
Good morrow, both.
Is the king stirring, worthy thane?
Not yet.
He did command me to call. Timely on him. I have almost slipped the hour.
I'll bring you to him.
I know this is a joyful trouble to you, but yet 'tis one.
The labor we delight in physical pain, this is the door.
I'll make so bold to call, for 'tis my limited service.
Goes the king hence today?
He does. He did appoint so.
The night has been unruly where we lay. Our chimneys were blown down, and as they say, lamentings heard in the air, strange screams of death, and prophesying with accents terrible, of dire combustion and confused events, new hatched to the woeful time, the obscure bird clamored the livelong night. Some say the earth was feverish and did shake.
'Twas a rough night.
My young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it.
Oh, horror, horror, horror! Tongue nor heart cannot conceive nor name thee.
What's the matter?
Confusion now hath made his masterpiece. Most sacrilegious murder hath broke ope. The Lord's anointed temple and stole thence. The life o' the building.
What is it you say? The life?
Mean you his majesty?
Approach the chamber and destroy your sight with a new gorgon. Do not bid me speak. See and then speak yourselves. Awake, awake! Ring the alarm bell. Murder and treason. Banquo and Donalbain. Malcolm, awake! Shake off this downy sleep, death's counterfeit. And look on death itself, up and see the great doom's image, Malcolm, Banquo, as your graves rise up and walk like sprites. To countenance this horror, ring the bell.
What's the business that such a hideous trumpet calls to parley? The sleepers of the house? Speak, speak.
Oh, gentle lady, 'tis not for you to hear what I can speak. O Banquo, our royal master's murdered.
Whoa, alas! What, in our house?
Too cruel anywhere. Dear Duff, I prithee, contradict thyself, and say it is not so.
Had I but died an hour before this chance, I had lived a blessed time. From this instant, there's nothing serious in mortality. All is but toys, renown and grace is dead. The wine of life is drawn, and the mere less is left this vault to brag of.
What is amiss?
You are, and you don't know it. The spring, the head, the fountain of your blood. It stopped. The very source of it stopped.
Malcolm, your royal father's murdered.
Oh? By whom? Those of the chamber, as it seemed, had done it. Their hands and faces were as badged with blood, so were their daggers, which unwiped we found upon their pillows. They stared and were distracted. No man's life was to be trusted with them.
Oh, yet I do repent me of my fury, that I did kill them.
Wherefore did you so?
Who can be wise, amazed, temperate and furious, loyal and neutral, in a moment? No man. The expedition my violent love outran the passer. Reason, here lay Duncan, his silver skin laced with golden blood, and his gash stabs looked like a breach in nature, for ruin's wasteful entrance. There the murderers stepped in the colors of their trade, their daggers, unmannerably breached with gore. Who could refrain, that had a heart to love, that in that heart courage to make love known?
Help me hence, ho!
Look to the lady.
Why do we hold our tongues, that most may claim this argument for ours? What should be spoken here, where our fate, hidden in an augur hole, may rush and seize us? Let's away, our tears are not yet brewed, nor our strong sorrow upon the foot of motion.
Look to the lady. And when we have our naked frailties hid, that suffer us to exposure, let us meet, and question this most bloody piece of work, to know if further fears and scruples shake us. In the great hand of God I stand, and thence against the undivulged pretense I fight of treasonous malice.
And so do I.
So all, let's briefly put on manly readiness and meet in the hall together.
Well contented.
What will you do? Let's not consort with them. To show an unfelt sorrow is an office, which the false man does easy. I'll to England. To Ireland, I, our separated fortune, shall keep us both the safer. Where we are, these daggers and men's smiles, the near in blood, this murderous shaft that's shot, hath not yet lighted, and our safest way is to avoid the aim. Therefore, to horse, and let us not be dainty of leave-taking, but shift away. There's warrant in the theft which steals itself, when there's no mercy left.